Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture. In this class we are going to begin with chapter 9 of class 7th English grammar, Nagaland board, which is verbs expressing the future. Now we already have discussed about the verbs that express the present and the 4 different forms of the present tense, namely the simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Then we also discussed this, the forms for the verbs expressing the past, that is the simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. In this class, similarly, we are going to learn about the verbs that express the future. Alright? So before we begin with that, let us look at a few sentences. If I write, I will go to Nepal next month, there we will enjoy a lot. My sister will click many pictures. My brother will eat the traditional food of Nepal. Now, if you look at this small paragraph that I've written on the screen for you, what are the verbs in this paragraph? Will go, will enjoy, will click, will eat. So you see, all these sentences talk about something that you will do. You are not doing it, so that is not present. You have not done that in the past, so that is not past. Rather, you are planning to do it next month. So, these verbs are written in the simple future tense. Alright? There are, my dear students, 2 ways of writing a sentence in the simple future tense. The first one, as I have discussed with you, is when we use will plus the root form or the first form of the verb. Let us discuss the different structure of this first type. If I talk about the positive sentence, I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus will plus the first form of the verb, that is go. Right? So we use will plus the first form of the verb. What is the negative of it? I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus will not plus go. Right? If I write for interrogative sentence, will I, will you, will we, will they, will he, will she, will it go? Question mark. So these are the different forms of positive, negative and interrogative sentences for the simple future tense. I can write the contracted form for this. I will becomes I'll, double L we will use. You will become you'll. We will become we, apostrophe double S, L, sorry. They will become they, apostrophe double L. Okay? He will become he, apostrophe double L. She will become she, apostrophe double L. And it will become it and apostrophe double L. So this is how we write the contracted forms for the positive sentences. How can I write the contracted form for the negative sentences? I will not go. Will not is written as won't. Okay? So I won't go. You won't go. They won't go. We won't go. He won't go. She won't go. And so on and so on. Okay? So this is how, dear students, we write the contracted forms of the positive as well as the negative sentences. Okay? Another way in which we can frame a sentence for the simple future tense is the going to form. Going to. What does that mean? I going to visit Nepal next month. We are going to enjoy ourselves there. My sister is going to click pictures my brother is going to eat the traditional Nepali food or the traditional food as I wrote, food of. What was the difference that you noticed between the paragraph that I wrote earlier at the time of introducing future tense? I will go, we will see, we will do, and so on and so on. Here we are using the going to form. So I'm going to use the present, forms of the word be, that is and are, plus going to and the main verb. With I we use am, so I plus am plus going to plus the original verb. Similarly, we is plural, so we use are plus going to plus the original verb, which is enjoy. My sister is, since it is singular, plus going to plus the original verb, click. My brother, singular, so going to and the original verb. So this is how, my dear students, we use the going to form. If we have to make a negative of this, what will be that? I am not going to Nepal. Right? My sister is not going to click pictures. We are not going to enjoy ourselves, and so on and so on. So, going to, if we are making it a negative, we will simply add not. Rest, it remains the same. And what if we have to frame an interrogative sentence? Am I going to visit Nepal? Are we going to enjoy ourselves? Is my sister going to click pictures? So this is how we frame the interrogative. So we know that there are two ways of writing the simple future tense. First is will plus the first form of the verb. That was the first way we learned. Will plus the first form of the verb. And second is going to plus the first form of the verb, and before going to we will have to use is, am or are. So these are the two ways in which we frame a sentence using the simple future tense. Now where do we use the going to form? Let us learn about that. Okay. So where do we use the going to form? We will use will or shall when we have to talk about those things that will take place in the future and you do not have a control over them. I will study hard. I will do this. I will go there. I will decide, and so on and so on. So things which cannot be controlled by you, we use will or shall to talk about them. Now here you can see we have shall also. According to English grammar, dear students, please remember with I and we always use shall. And with the rest of the pronouns, that is you, we, they, he, sorry, not we, he, she, it. With them we use will. So with I and we will use shall, and with the rest of the pronouns, we always use will. Okay? So we use going to talk about the intentions or the things that you have decided to do, or to predict something, which is going to happen, for which you have very clear signs in the present. That we have decided to do, that you intend to do, that you want to do. I am going to buy a new car. This is what I have decided. I am going to buy a new house. I'm going to visit my grandmother next week. I'm going to eat a chocolate in the afternoon. So, these are those things that you have decided on your own. And since you've decided these things on your own, therefore, you can obviously have a control over them. So, this is the difference between going to and the will shall. Alright, dear students. Now, let us look at the exercise given to you and try and solve that. Fill in the blanks with the correct simple future form of the verb given in the bracket. I dash this work tonight. So, I shall finish this work tonight. I may finish early. Then I dash to the library. So I may finish early, and after I finish, then I shall go to the library. Or I will go to the library. I can't call you tomorrow. Why? Because I shall be too busy. You can even say I am going to be too busy. Either of them is correct. We dash tomorrow, we may be late. So, we will come tomorrow. We may be late. The match dash at 1:30 p.m. dash. You turn on the TV then. So, the match will start at 1:30 p.m. Will you turn on the TV then? Let us look at the second question. Fill in the blanks with will, shall, or the going to form of the verb. He dash an interview in the next week. So what happens? He has to attend an interview. So he will attend an interview next week. The markets dash be dash on Sunday. So the market will be closed on Sunday. When dash your doctor? Now this is something that we are going to decide. So when are you going to see your doctor? I dash the doctor tomorrow. So I shall consult the doctor tomorrow. So if we say, look at this overcrowded train, our journey is going to be uncomfortable. Alright? So this, my dear students, was the simple future tense. Next, we have the future continuous tense. Now, let us talk about some sentences of the future continuous tense. If I say, I shall be going to the market today, there we shall be buying a lot of things. My mother will be looking after us. What are the verbs in this sentences? Shall be going, shall be buying, will be looking. So what is the structure that you notice of the sentence? We notice that we have used will or shall plus be and the ing form of the verb. So what are the different structures of the future continuous tense? Let us talk about them. As I told you, with I and we use shall. So I shall be going. And with the rest of the nouns or the pronouns, that is they, he, she, it, you, plus will, plus be, plus going. So I shall be going, we shall be going, they will be going, he will be going, she will be going, it will be going, you will be going. Okay? Now the negative. I and we plus shall not be going. And they, he, she, it, you plus will not be. Alright? How do we frame the interrogative for it? Shall I or shall we be going? Question mark. and will he, will she, will they, will it, and will you be born. So this is how, my dear students, we have the structure of the positive, negative as well as the interrogative form of the future continuous tense. Shall plus be plus the ing form of the verb, or will plus be plus the ing form of the verb. Let us look at where do we use this. So we use the future continuous tense to talk about an action that is going to take place in the future at a given moment of time. Okay? When you know when that action will take place in the future. At 10 p.m., I shall be taking my dinner. So this action will take place in the future at 10 p.m. and it will take place in continuity. So this is shall be taking. Sham has completed post-graduation. He will be working with his father next month. Next month, this will be in progress. We know when this is going to be in progress, so will be worked. Okay? So we use the future continuous tense to talk about those actions that will take place in the future and will continue for a long period of time. Let us do the question based on it. Fill in the blank with the correct future continuous form of the verb given in the bracket. So you are given with the bracket, verbs in the bracket, and you have to fill in the blanks with the correct future continuous form. Don't come next week. I shall be preparing for my examinations. They dash in their new house by next year. So, they will be living in their new house by next year. When you come, I dash in the school library. So, when you come, I shall be sitting in the school library. I dash my homework when you come to my house. I shall be doing my homework when you come to my house. Sita dash on the stage at that moment. Sita will be singing on the stage at that. So this is how, dear students, we solve the questions for future continuous tense. Alright? So in this part, we are going to learn about the present continuous tense with a future meaning. We can even say is cooking, is spending, am visiting, am learning, am doing. So at times, rather than using the future continuous tense, we use the present continuous tense to talk about something that will take place in the future. And when do we do that? We do that when we know that the action has been arranged. Okay, this is something that we did for the future, the present continuous tense also, right? So, we are going to use, or we can use, the present continuous tense for the future continuous tense also. So, this replacement can be made by. Okay. For example, how can we learn? Let us look at some examples so that it is clear to you. Mother is going to cook a special dish tomorrow. Rather than saying mother will be cooking a special dish tomorrow, I can say is cooking. He will go to spend his next vacation in Darjeeling. I can say he is going to spend the next vacation in Darjeeling. Similarly, We can use the simple present tense also to talk about the future continuous tense. How? My bus leaves at 7:30 in the evening and I reach Lucknow next morning. Rather than saying I shall be reaching Lucknow tomorrow morning, I can say I reach. So the future continuous tense, my dear students, can be replaced with both present continuous as well as the simple present tense. The Cricket World Cup tournament begins next week. Rather than saying will begin or will be beginning, I can say begins. Alright? My bus will leave at 7:30 and shall reach. This is something that we've already done. So at times, my dear students, we can use the simple future tense, future continuous tense, present continuous tense and simple present tense interchangeably on the basis of the example or the sentence which is given. Alright? So my dear students, I'm going to pause here and in the next lecture we begin with the future perfect and the future perfect continuous tense. So I shall pause here and will see you all soon in the next lecture.